we're back. But we're opening tonight in the upper room of the Great Goblin Tavern, where Sylra's been invited to talk with Jared, one of the two owners of the tavern. After asking his companions to leave, he pours 2 glasses of wines, sits down comfortably in a plush red leather chair. Swirling the glass of wine in hand, he crosses his legs and says, "So, tell me how a beautiful drow ended up in Hardova." Of course, he takes a sip from his wine and then goes, Or perhaps I'm putting you on the spot. Should I go first?
Sylra's expression's gonna shift. The sort of nervous innocence sort of slips away like she's taking a mask off and revealing like a sharper sort of beneath her something, much more herself, if you know Drow. And she will shrug her cloak off. She sort of tosses it on a chair nearby, and her eyes will like gleam, a coy sort of look that she had worn is gone now, but everything is much more calculated. And she stepped closer to him. It's just like, it's sort of bold of you to ask since we only met, but I don't mind going first since, it's sort of like you're trying to charm me. She'll sort of wait there and see what he says.
He snickers at that comment and just kind of leans back into the chair a little bit further. Well, of course I'm trying to charm you. You're the first person like me that I've seen in decades. Has it been centuries even? Hard to tell some days.
Sylra's going to lean sort of like over him. Her lips very close to his ear, and she's going to sort of start like she has like this perfume on called like the Night Blooming Jasmine, and it sort of like would invade his space. One of her fingers would sort of like go down his jawline and be like, well, I come from the shadows like you. Grew up in a world where every word, every step was calculated. You probably know the drill. Play the game or it plays you. Her fingers are going to slightly brush against his forearm, and then she's going to slide into his lap, just casually, sort of like seeing what his reaction to her is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion, perhaps? You catch a hue of deeper purple on his cheeks as you slip into his lap. His very charming and casual demeanor seems to hitch for just a moment. And he, oh, well, this is comfortable.
So, before I tell you any more, what I say has to stay between us. If it doesn't, well, let's just say it won't end well for either of us. Since it's about my family, they have a long memory and a short temper. So, you understand?
Of course I understand. In fact, I can very much relate to your circumstances, and I assure you, anything you tell me here is in the strictest of confidence.
She's going to sort of lean a little bit closer into him, her voice sort of like rarely vulnerable now. And she starts with, well, I left that place because it just wasn't enough. They had my life all planned out. I was their heiress. One that would carry on the family name. Their schemes, their power plays, it was just all so predictable. Her gaze will soften, lightly tracing his sleeve with her fingers. I've never been one to settle for someone else's dreams, you know? I saw something more powerful I could call my own, a life that was mine to shape. So I took it. But, they weren't thrilled. Leaving wasn't exactly part of their grand plan, but I like proving them wrong.
It's
She's
very bold of
gonna,
you.
yeah. Yeah, I guess it is. And that's just the short version. But if you want the full tale, then you'll have to earn it by, telling some information about you.
That's entirely fair. Well, I was raised in the great city of Demozeran. I was first born to wear a Halageld, High Priestess of Loth. To outsiders, that might seem like a bit of good fortune, but I am sure I don't need to tell you how difficult that made life for me.
Mm.
I was expected to be perfect in every way, to bend my life to the will of the High Priestess in every occasion. There were plans to marry me off for political influence, and of course I was expected to give up my hopes of practicing magic to become her assassin. Nothing more than a crude blade to be wielded by a zealous cult leader. Takes a long sip of his wine and breathes in deep breath of Sylra's perfume, sighing as he breathes out. I played my part for many years, but her coldness towards me, her decisions for my life made without my consent, it drove me to consider other options. Eventually, I caught word that I was not to be considered her firstborn any longer, that my younger sister would be the true firstborn, and that I was to lay down my life for Lolth and become a monstrosity with no surname. It was the last straw for me. I packed my possessions, meager as they were, and I left the city without a word to my family. I wandered the Underdark for a time, making trouble here and there, careful to always let them know the son of the priestess Halageld was the one to do it. I don't know if the word of my deeds ever reached her ears, but it pleases me to imagine it so. One day, I discovered a unit of Durgar skulking about, and so I followed them. After setting upon a caravan, they headed up into the mid-dark through the passage that I was not familiar with. Followed them all the way to their fortress, freed them of the burden of a few well-crafted items, and went onward to explore further. I wandered for months, maybe years, until I found myself on the surface in the mist hills of Caradan. I was stunned by the vibrancy, the beauty of the surface world. Even the meat of the surface animals tasted so much more alive than those below. Of course, I was not expecting the penetrating brightness of the sun, which I didn't fully experience until my third day. It was unbearable. I took to sleeping in the shade at the daytime, traveling by night, until finally I arrived in the fortress city of Toshin. There I was able to steal what I needed to survive, and occasionally applied my trade in exchange for sizable sums of coin. After a few years, I was contacted by a network of, let's call them, rebels. They were not happy with their current lord and the state of affairs, and they sought to remove him from his position. Once a price had been agreed upon, including passage away from there on a ship, they were all too eager to agree. And so the son of Halagard once again left his mark and moved on. We sailed around for a while, stopping in many strange places. I became friends with some of the crew, but none so much as the Gluck, my current business partner. He was the quartermaster on the ship. He was adept at keeping everyone in line and organizing the crew. Hell of a fighter as well. Eventually, we made port here in Hardova, and I think we both saw the same thing. A city devoid of influences of established powers. A city of growing wealth just waiting to be impressed upon. So we bought some land, a fair bit as a matter of fact, and we found that the people here were foolish, desperate, rash. We made this tavern, among other things. Wheeled up a small portion of Hardova, and we set about making this new world our own. And then, about 7 years later, one of my men informs me of another drow in the city modeling clothing with a traveling merchant. Obviously, you're not here to kill me. So, at least tell me what brings you to this city.
Well, you really are a curious one because we have somewhat of a similar backstory, you know. What I'm doing here specifically is nothing to do with you, but with my party. Just traveling through the caravan, you know, trying to make ends meet, trying to make money. You know, it's a lot different being an heiress of the House Vinar. So she sort of shifts closer to him, fingers playing against his arm.
House Vinar. I'm familiar with them.
I
never knew of one such as yourself among them.
Well, one, I went by a different name down there, but I couldn't be myself, you know? They deal in power, ambition, and control, and, you know, yes, do I want some of that? But I don't want it their way.
Naturally. One never really has power, influence, or control if it is not gained by the means they wish to gain it.
Mm-hmm. And their game was dominance and manipulation, and that went on for generations, and they just want me to do my part in that. I had no choice, but I made a choice.
For what it's worth, I think you made the right one.
Well, I hope that's true. You know, my cousins have been sent up here searching for me, watching me. One of them, an assassin, waiting for me to step too far out of the line, and, you know, he does his job. He's just itching for that day. But
Yes, that's something that I've been waiting for myself, which is why my men are always watching for Drow. Of course, if my mother were going to send someone, I'm sure they'd be magically disguised.
Yeah, that would play into the hands of what I know of the priestess and Loth and all of them. And just, But yeah, a family betrayed is a family you never want to see again.
So what is it you do hope to see?
I hope to see them go down, you know, by my hands. I want to be holding all the cards, and when they come, I'll decide if I live or die.
My. You sure are bold.
Mm.
You're not concerned about making open war with your former family?
No, because, you know, I was trained to be their heiress. I know everything, their weaknesses, their strengths. If I just bide my time, I'll have the right cards in my hand. And with the pack that I have, I don't see them standing a chance.
How interesting. Is this a pact of a magical nature?
Yes. And that's what they did not like.
I must say I envy you, Sylra. I've always wanted to wield magic, to bend the arcane to my will. Instead, well, I'm just very good at putting holes in things.
Well, I know a druid that likes to teach people magic. If you ever want to know something, you know.
That's a kind offer. Druid magic and I don't think it's a good fit.
Yeah. You seem better for something more powerful, darker even, maybe. Should sort of wink at that.
Perhaps. I think I've spent enough time in the truly dark corners of this realm, though. I like to live in the gray these days.
That's fair. That's fair. So, is the reason why you wanted to know about me because of just your family? Or is there any other reason you want to know?
Well, part of it was curiosity. Part of it was fear.
Mm.
Part of it was loneliness.
Mm.
Not that I don't have companionship, but someone who understands.
Mhm.
And I suppose at the heart of the issue, I was hoping that we might be friends.
At the word friends, she'll sort of stumble in what she was going to say. Do not make friends easily, but I would like that.
If it doesn't come easy, we can do it the hard way. And he winks back.
Speaking about friends, she's going to pull out the little spider in her pocket.
Spider, you truly are a drow. What's your little friend's name?
My druid friend.
Oh.
I didn't know if, you were going to be the one to kill me or not, but it seems like we were both worried about that, so.
The spider waves.
Well, hello, druid. An abundance of caution is wise, especially in meeting a strange man at his own establishment on a whim.
As a female.
Oh, come now. You would make quick work of half of my network. Don't think that gender really factors into it.
That's just a little bit of my old self.
So, what now? Will you be leaving with your caravan in the morning? Perhaps you want to stay in Hardova and see where this goes? Or perhaps I can count on you returning and calling on me sometime.
I believe our plan was to come back through. I don't know. I can't remember. This is Cheryl speaking now.
The spider.
Cheryl speaking. You intend to go north with the caravan when they ship out, and the idea is that you would pass back through. But this is a sandbox game. You can do what you want.
Okay, back in. She'll sort of pat his shoulder a little bit and just be like, "We'll come back and I'll call on you. And if not, I'll send a message.
Very good. Well, I look forward to reconvening our conversation. In the meantime, as a token of my friendship, should you find yourself in need of support of any kind, at least here in Hardova, but I assume you're heading north to Vors, and if you are, this should apply at the docks as well. You seek the Iron Tide if you need support.
Thank you.
But keep it between us. That name cannot be used foolishly. Many who would seek to crush my network before it fully takes hold.
My lips are sealed, she'll say, sort of leaning close to his ears and just letting her lips sort of like touch it slightly.
I hope not too tightly.
With that, her cheeks are going to go like a little purple.
He is going to attempt to kiss Sylra. Is that not acknowledging that?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's happening with me in the hand.
You're just still there. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Oh, I mean,
you get
like,
to watch this with 8 eyes.
Neat.
she would not pull back or stop him.
Rhowan
Oh my God,
just
Megan.
slides in front and feels it.
You just butt rope your way down out of there.
Scurries away.
You wanted to roll something?
No.
Okay.
Can we give Megan inspiration?
Yes, absolutely, Megan. You get inspiration for that. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So just so that I understand the situation, Sylra is reciprocating this. Okay, so then,
Yes.
yeah, they spend a little bit of time together in this room overlooking the greater tavern, in each other's embrace. So I'll let you decide when. The spider leaving slowly.
The camera moves with the spider under the door.
So we'll pan down to the bar. We've got Wren and Brielle at the bar, where Rhowan and Sylra had just departed from. There are 2 fighters, shirtless, with like boxer's tape wrapped around both hands, just pummeling each other. There's a sizable crowd, and surprisingly, like as like intense as this fight is, the crowd's like demeanor is much more like reserved and respectful than you would tend to expect in these situations. Surely there's many taverns in all of Aetherim, but especially here in Cadence, where this sort of competitive fighting goes on. Usually it's a very raucous crowd, people getting out of control, people starting fights of their own. It's very hard to contain a crowd like this, so it's kind of interesting that people are like, they're cheering, they're excited, but they're all being kind of within, respectable limits. If you watched Sylra go up, by the way, you also saw 2 men dressed in very fancy clothing, 1 man in very simple clothing, armed to the teeth,
And my doorbell ringing.
and our doorbell ringing.
I'm listening.
Okay, and of course 1 very buff, muscular, shirtless goblin walking down behind them very confidently, several belts of fine leather and gold with jewels encrusted into them. it's very clear just by the way he walks alone that he's in charge. And it's especially obvious when you look at the way people talk to him and sort of pay attention to everything he's doing. So I guess Brielle, what are you doing in this situation?
She's probably standing there, like waiting and watching to see, like how long we have to wait here to see if Sylra comes down. But really, she's hearing the fighting off in the distance, and she's kind of like hearing in, seeing if she can pay attention to what's happening, trying to focus, but really like would like sneak a glance and hope that Wren doesn't catch her really wanting to go over there, kind of thing.
So like going over like to the arena.
Yeah, to go watch the arena.
Right. Got it.
Wren, on the other hand, is fully turned towards there already, and Brielle looks at her. I think she took a moment to kind of just make sure that there was no immediate trouble when Sylra went into the room. But for the most part, could we say that before they went in there, that Wren had established a connection with Rhowan?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, then she's probably like not concerned about it. And she's just like, do you want to go and watch?
Can we?
I don't see why not.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
I think they can handle themselves.
I think so. I mean, Rowan's got her just in case.
Exactly. She seems like she's trying to subdue her own excitement about this. She's very she likes people who really worked hard at being better, and so like the prospect of like a fighting tournament is really appeals to her.
How deep are the people? Like, would we be able okay, first of all, how short is Wren?
She is 5'8".
Oh, okay, so she's not that short. I can't use that excuse. I was just saying, my friend's short. She needs to see. Let us get to the front. But yeah, I'll just like grab Wren's hand because I'm so excited that she said yes, and like just drag her over there, like run over.
Yeah, Wren won't resist. She probably at first like plays it off a little bit, like she's being dragged along, but you quickly move through the crowd because she's not forcing you to stop or slow down.
Yeah, well, you make it into the crowd. It's like 2 to 3 people deep kind of thing, but it is slightly raised platforms. They're like a good foot and a half above, so everyone can, like, you're kind of all looking up at them a little bit. It especially helps that these two fighters in particular are both well over 6 feet tall, and they're just there's a flurry of blows happening back and forth, but each of them have really good defenses, and you know, they're looking like they may be on their last legs a little bit, and so they're playing a little bit more defensively. But as you get up to the crowd, you can see in front of you one woman with hand wraps on as well, also shirtless, but has the same wraps around her chest. She is sort of sweaty with her black hair tied up at the back, and you can see her pounding her fist against the side of the arena, and she's going, "Pathetic!"
Sorry, what race was this?
Human.
Human?
Yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, she's hot.
Alrighty then.
Does she seem like she's like commanding them, or just like really into it?
She looks like she's into it. She's not on like either of the sides of the arena where like their people might be. She's just watching and harshly criticizing them.
And she's she's outside the ring watching? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wren just kind of takes note of that. And how far away is she from us?
I mean, a few feet, but there is sort of a row of people between you. But, you could maybe squeeze in.
I think then Brielle notices that Wren kind of switches. She was like pulling her along. Now Wren goes in front and is like weaving them closer.
I'll weave behind you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get like a dexterity check or something just to see if you can break through the crowd without resistance.
Just straight dexterity.
Yeah, unless you have a better suggestion.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't really.
4.
Well, Brielle's
22.
getting pulled along, but like she's kind of off balance, just kind of getting tugged. The gaps Wren is slipping into are way too small for you, but by the time she gets through them, people kind of realize, oh, there's people here, and just kind of split apart for you.
Sorry. I'm with my friend. Sorry.
As soon as you get to the front, the guy to the left of you just kind of moves aside, and Dania takes one look at both of you and goes, "Aren't they pathetic?"
Wren looks at Brielle and she looks back at Dania and says, we just got here, but are you a fighter too?
Yes, I am one of the best.
Oh, will you be fighting soon?
That depends if that coward will face me.
Can I see what?
Yeah.
She
looking to?
definitely looked in the direction of the Gluck.
Does he need a bit of convincing?
Perhaps. I don't think he wants to lose his reputation as the best in Hardova.
Well, can you really be the best, though, if you haven't beaten the best?
That's what I've been telling him, but he tells me I'm not ready. And you can see every time she raises her voice like that, the people around you kind of give her a little bit of a wider berth.
And do you feel confident in your skill?
Of course I'm confident.
Well, what do you say, Brielle? Would you want to see that fight?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Why is he not, what excuse is he giving to you to?
He says I'm not ready, that his punches would obliterate me.
Oh, okay. He's
But I've
got puny
fought who
fists,
he's
so
fought.
I doubt it.
They are strong. They are fast. He is very good at what he does, but only I can perform the Shadow Strike.
What's that?
It is my signature move.
Well, maybe we can help persuade him. Maybe he won't listen to his challenger, but he might listen to those questioning his ability.
If you can get me a fight with him, I would happily split the purse with you.
Yeah,
I mean, I just want to watch a fight, so you don't have to give me money. It's fine.
I
If you
will
just
take
want
that
to fight,
offer.
Oh, okay.
she immediately runs.
Shut up, Brielle.
If it is just a fight you seek, then I can fight anyone here. I can fight both of them at the same time.
Well, you sound ready to me.
I have been ready for over a year.
All right. Well, let's go see if we can have a talk with this. What was his name?
The Gluck.
The Gluck.
The Gluck. Do not say it wrong. He will not like it.
The Gluck.
Wren, make sure you're the one talking.
All right.
She turns her attention back to the fight, and then she immediately shouts, "Hit him, bastard!" and smashes her hand against the side of the ring again, this time putting it clean through the wood.
I think she's ready.
She's ready.
I'm gonna feel a little bit bad if she gets completely wiped out by this guy, but that was her call. So
She asked.
I'm gonna head over then to where she was shouting at the Gluck.
Yeah, you head back towards the bar, and there he is standing on. It's not quite a stool. It's not quite a seat. It literally looks like something that's there for him to stand at the bartender's eye level. And there's still those two fancy-looking men kind of hanging around him, but they aren't really engaged in conversation. They just seem to be enjoying a drink near the goblin who runs this place. The bartender is nodding at him, and he goes, "And make sure you replace that board too. She just doesn't know when to call it quits."
I think she would be less worked up if someone were to help her out in the ring and maybe let out some of that pent-up energy she has. I hear she has her eye on a particular challenger, and she's going to look like directly at the Gluck.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Wren.
Hi, I'm Brielle.
Wren, Brielle, mind your own fucking business, all right?
Well, it's just that I heard that you were the best in town, but you haven't given everyone your chance, so how do you know that?
Listen, all right? I am the best. I've always been the best. I'm always gonna be the best. There's maybe 2 people on this continent who could pose a challenge for me. But I got a business to run. That shadow punch of hers is pretty fucking fierce. And frankly, she brings a lot of money into this place. And if I break her spine, I'm gonna lose out on that.
I think that's for her to decide, though, isn't it?
Not when it's my money.
I mean, what's to say that you're going to lose any business if you hurt her?
Well, look at it this way. Either I lose business because I'm no longer the best, or I lose business because I just lost my best fighter.
Oh, so you do think there's a chance that you might lose?
Well, yeah, but there's an even better chance I'd break her in two. Look at her. She's no bigger around than you
I wonder
are.
how everyone else would feel if they thought you were backing down from a fight because you thought there was a chance that you might lose.
A chance? I think that's truth.
Make a persuasion
I put my
check
money on
with
her anytime.
advantage.
Sorry?
Bren gets a persuasion check with advantage.
Cool. I know how to do this.
Do you?
19.
Not quite.
Oh my goodness, it was 20?
21, actually. But he kind of just cracks his neck.
Well,
as he looks at-
actually, can I use my psychic thing?
You can use your psychic die, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that is a d6 to add to that.
Yes.
Oh, that didn't go in.
If you roll a 2 or better,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, he cracks his neck and then he looks down at you and he goes, "You fucking go spreading that around. I'm gonna kick your ass too."
I wouldn't have to if you just, we're true to your word that you are the best around here. I don't think that fighting would make you any less great of a goblin.
If anything, think about how much people spend on a rematch.
She's got a point.
This girl knows business.
I do.
What brings you to the Great Goblin then?
My friend's hanging out with people, and one of your fighters told me to come when I was coming back, but then we ended up here anyway, so then I figured I'd come watch just in case. I don't know.
Which
Hanging
one of
out.
my fighters?
Rick? I think that was his name, right, Wren? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Rick. Oh, I know him. Saturday mornings. Guy's got a long way to go.
Yeah, looked like it. Although he did get me on my ass earlier, so I mean, maybe he's improving.
Maybe. Maybe he wants to move up to Saturday afternoon. See if he doesn't get killed in the process. All right, fine. Tell you what. I'll fight her. Dania. And you see her turn and look at him and just crush her whiskey glass in her hand.
I love this woman.
I'm sorry about that. She says.
That's the good ones are always temperamental. She walks over and she goes, "You will fight me?" "Yeah, I'll fight you. Friday night." "Good. Bring a medic." And she turns and walks out of the bar.
Wren is like, I didn't get her information.
She's so cool. Brielle's like starry-eyed about this woman.
Well, if you're looking to see her again, she's here every day.
Oh, that is good to know.
That should be easy
Yeah.
then.
She can't stay away from the ring. She's obsessed.
A very suitable challenger then. Worthy then.
Yeah, I suppose so. But you know what she's gonna do if she beats me, right?
No?
What will she do?
She's gonna head north, fight at the bar Blueberry, and there she's gonna get killed. That's on you, though.
Technically, it's on her if she chooses to do it.
It was her choice.
Yeah. We're just helping out a little.
Whatever lets you sleep at night.
Wren just nods.
I'm gonna put my money on her. I say as he's like in earshot.
Go ahead.
Of course.
Throw it away.
Oh, I should mention our friend is a medic, so if she can't get one or you can't get one, we have one prepared if we're here.
I usually got some healers on standby, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, look at these two bozos. They're about to pummel each other unconscious.
Well, the one keeps sitting back on his heels, so no wonder why he's gonna fall over.
Well, yeah. Like that. You fight. You want a chance? You can go put him on his ass. I'll give you 10 silver.
I look at Wren like, could I do that?
Did Wren gauge like? Did they look similarly like built, like the people who were in the ring, or is this? Are we talking
Like
Dania
above my
level?
class.
Well, I mean, give me like an insight, perception, whichever you want to do here.
Not great, but I'll do insight because it's slightly better. So.
All right.
Do you want that in the tower?
Yes, please.
There you go.
So they're definitely bigger than Dania, but you've got a keen eye for, people of fighting ability. And they don't have nearly the muscle density or control over their bodies that she has. These guys are in shape, but they're still up and coming fighters. They're not established.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we have Rhowan here as well. So Wren just looks at Brielle. Does it excite you to have
Oh, I
the
love
opportunity?
sparring. Am I? What night is it? So like we have the fight on Friday, but
It's Thursday.
Thursday? Okay. Am I Thursday night quality?
I haven't really been to this tavern before, but I think you can do it.
If you let me fight and I win, I'll bet on you. I say to the guy.
Well, I was already offering to pay you to fight, but
Oh, okay. Never mind then. That's fine. I'll take the money.
yeah, he just does one clap in the air, and both of them immediately stop and look over. He's like, "You out of there! You're fighting her."
Wren is going to telepathically say to Rhowan, "It seems Brielle's getting an opportunity to fight. If everything's okay, you might want to head this way."
Our girl might die.
I really don't know what levels these people are.
Also,
Yeah.
is this before or after our level up? Because that will be very important for me.
Oh no, yeah, it's after your level up. You leveled
Okay,
up, so that
okay.
you're good.
Extra
Yeah.
attack.
Oh,
Yes, extra
yeah.
attack makes a big difference.
Yeah. You'll just hear
Um,
back, Wren. Oh, yeah, I can be there in a second. That Sylra's really got game. Just make sure you ask her about that.
Wren takes note of this.
Where are my enemies? You guys got the map up?
It's loading.
Loading.
It's loading.
I
Okay.
got it.
Who am I adding to the tracker? Oh, yes. One of the brawlers.
Fight.
Wait, Wren, did you want to fight too? Did I just like step on your toes?
Oh no, I'm very curious to see you fight.
I don't think I'm good at fighting. I think I'm just good at getting hit.
It's an important part of fighting.
It's even more important to try not to get hit, but
Nah.
yeah, you can see that one of the guys just kind of like, "What? Come on!" And he just turns and leaves. And as he's leaving, you can see that there's someone who opens the door for him. And as he's walking through, he holds out his hand, and the guy just goes, and then he storms off, sort of like kicks the door open and leaves. The other guy's just kind of, keeping his muscles warm, trying to stay loose as he eyes down Brielle, kind of like glaring down at her from the ring.
Hi.
He just goes, turns around, goes to the other gate, and like has a drink of water.
So like, armor, no armor, magic, no magic. How we play here?
Who are you saying that to?
Whoever's around me that works here. Someone that looks like they know what's happening because she literally has no idea.
The attendant from the door who denied the other guy payment kind of comes towards you a few steps and like waves you forward. And he goes, "You're gonna have to take off the armor. No weapons, no magic.
Okay.
This is bare fists only. Kneeing, elbowing, kicking, all perfectly acceptable. Headbutts are fine. You can throw them as long as it's within the ring. And, try to avoid the groin if you can. But if you can't, shit happens."
I'm only supposed to hit men there when they're trying to date me, my dad said.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Wren looks so relieved that her dad at least taught her that.
Yeah. If any boy tries anything with you, hit him in the groin. Oh, goodness. Would second wind count as magic?
No, that's
Okay.
a physical ability you have.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, everything is unequipped. How do I
Oh,
do
boy.
unarmed attacks?
Oh, I guess you don't have one set up on your sheet, eh?
Mm-mm.
Well,
It's just a D4?
It wouldn't even be a D4. It's 1 plus your strength modifier.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's
Plus
not
4,
even.
so 5.
Yeah, so it'd be 5 damage per hit.
Okay. Okay.
And the attack roll would be the same as any of the weapons you're proficient with.
Okay.
Because you're using strength for all of those anyway.
Got it. Cool. Do I roll initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative, please.
Okay. Just throw it across. Did not work?
I didn't see it. No. There you go.
1.
Hey!
Look at me go.
Oh
Beginner's
boy.
luck.
So,
We got this.
so Brielle kind of doffs her armor. What is she like? Not trying to be creepy, but like, what does she strip down to, like to fight?
She just has like a linen tunic or whatever that's like loose, and like just her like pants or whatever, just whatever she wears underneath it. Nothing fancy.
I think Wren will offer to make sure that she's watching over Brielle's stuff while that's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any pointers?
Just be quick and hit hard and
Okay.
get out of there as soon as you can.
Okay. I kind of regret this.
I think you got this.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Awesome.
remember the things that you've noticed while you were watching them fight and use those to your advantage.
Okay. Got it. Brielle's just gonna like psych herself up.
I'm now nervous because she's not using weapons or armor.
No, I have an AC of 12. Goodbye, 18.
Yeah.
But you can hit
So-
twice and you can hit pretty hard.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Well, you step into the ring. The gate is closed behind you. The other guy steps up to the line, and there's like sort of like a 3-foot line across the center of the ring. He stands on one side of it, and then just sticks his fist out and waits for you.
I'll take the cue and hit his fist.
Yeah. As almost like as soon as your fists touch, you hear a ding, and you are not prepared for the quickness he comes at you with. Immediately, fists just start flying towards you. That's a hit, and that's gonna be So he just lashes out very quickly. One hook up across the side of your jaw, and then while you're still reeling from it, the other one comes up and hits you right under the ribs. Bludgeoning you pretty badly for a total of 19, as both hits land deep. It almost feels like he cracked your rib wide open with that second punch, but you get out with a bit of bruising. You can hear the crowd though now. It's like they're a little bit enthused, like this newcomer just stepped into the ring suddenly. It's just getting battered.
What an idiot.
Yep.
What an idiot. Okay. Brielle probably... Is he done his turn?
He has done his turn.
Okay. Brielle will probably just like stumble back, like grabbing where he like punched her, and be like, okay, I got this. We're not playing by the don't hit a girl rule. Got that. Okay. She'll like move forward.
It's a fist fight, of course. You're not playing by the don't hit a girl rule.
And she will try and attack him. 23?
Yeah, that's gonna hit him
What
for
was it?
sure.
5 damage. And she's gonna be like watching how fast he was, and she's gonna like try the same thing and just like bring around
Yeah,
a second.
absolutely. Yeah, your fist comes up around the side of his head.
Take the first one, not the second one.
Yeah, I'll take the first one.
27.
The first one's a crit.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's what,
so
10?
yeah, It'll be 10 damage. So very quickly, you pop him on the side of the ear, just like he did to you. And as he's reeling back, you go to do the same punch, but he goes back a little bit further than you thought. And as he like whips back forward, your fist comes up just to connect under his jaw. And you can hear a snap as he just immediately, like his mouth fills with blood. His head snaps back a bit. And you can see he is just immediately dazed and like trying to keep himself
Sorry,
together.
I didn't mean to hit you so hard.
You
Is
hear
that
Wren,
your turn?
take that!
That's your whole turn?
Yep.
All right. It comes back to him, and the crowd is losing it. Like, they're all worked up like they weren't before. And he very quickly, like, sidesteps and comes in to hit you 2 more times right in the side. And, well, let's see. That's a miss.
Whoa.
But that's a hit. He swings in 1 punch real quick to your ribs, and as you step aside, you can just feel the elbow come into the back of your head, knocks you forward a little bit, and you can feel sort of a welt forming very quickly, blood rushing to the back of your head. But immediately after that, you can see he kind of stumbles back again, still feeling off balance from the heavy punch you landed. Back to you.
I punch. 26.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
How does this look as you knock him unconscious?
Like, so he would have like hit her up the head or whatever, and she like goes to like grab it, and then she's like, "No, Brielle, you got this." She looks up at Wren, and she just like round comes with like a punch across his face.
Oh yeah, totally. And you feel it connect with his cheekbone, and you feel that subtle as it cracks under the weight of your knuckle, and he just immediately goes limp and falls in the most awkward sideways fall you've ever seen. His head against the wooden floor. There's like this moment of silence, and then everyone just says, "Yeah!"
I did, oh my god, I did it!
What
Wren,
do you
did you
know?
And then she's gonna like look down at the guy, like tap him with her foot, see like if
He
he's
is
like
out. He is
Oh,
out
no.
cold, and like you see the gate at the opposite end open up, and a guy who looks a lot like him, except a little bit younger, comes up and just grabs under his arms and starts pulling him out of the
Aw.
ring.
Brielle actually offered to help like carry him out.
Oh, thank you. He's so heavy.
Yeah.
I don't normally have to do this, but you know, he wanted to move up in class.
I think I ruined that for him. Tell him I'm
Yeah.
sorry when he's conscious.
Maybe he'll get a real job now.
Oh. But yeah, she'll like wave at the crowd, I guess, to like make them happy.
people are all excited, and you know, they're nudging each other and pointing at you, and there's a bit more of a lively energy in the place right now.
Brielle's
the time- Sorry.
Brielle's like in the ring still.
She helped him carry the guy out of the ring, so they've gone to a table to the east side of the actual fighting ring.
Okay. I think Wren like picks up Brielle's stuff. It's like a lot of stuff in her arms, and she like comes over to where she is. And she looks so excited and proud of Brielle. And she's like, I knew you can do it.
It was because I saw you cheering me on that I could do it.
And I saw that you learned something from them. And she's like, oh, this is really heavy. And she just kind of like shoves it like next to her. I saw that you learned something just like mid-battle there. That was very interesting to see.
I kind of like can pick up on things pretty quick. Like watching him before, he wasn't doing so well, and I kind of saw his weaknesses. But then when I saw the speed he was going with, I was like, okay, like maybe if I shift my body weight this way, I could do it too. And I don't know, I guess it worked.
You should definitely use that for future. And then she's like, what? And she sees that there's like a spider on her, and she goes like this, and then she's like, oh. And she kind of like
Hi, Rhowan. That's
She-
the spider in the.
She like kind of lets it down because she doesn't want Rowan to turn back into Rowan in her hand.
It's holding this man. Rowan, did you see it? Did you see?
I will revert from a spider on the floor in the middle of the bar. Yeah, that was great.
I'm very proud. I think it
You
was very
should
cool.
be. Doing okay? It looked like you got you in the head there pretty good.
Yeah, a couple hits, but did you see when I like really hit him hard, like right up, like this, and
It was a good shot. Is he gonna be okay?
he says there's medics here. Maybe go look after him though, just in case.
Just
Tell him I'm
just,
sorry.
you're gonna be fine. I'll yell and cast healing word on that guy.
Yeah, he goes.
Damn.
Oh, I've got a headache. You, girl,
Brielle, hi. Yeah.
Brielle. I've never been hit that hard in my life. That was pretty cool.
Thanks. You're gonna get hit harder probably if you move up in weight class and stuff. So
Yeah,
prepare for that.
maybe. But you know, that's what I do. I'm a brawler.
Oh god.
And then immediately his brother's just like, "Come on, man! Like, just come work with me at the mill. It's not that bad." Nope, I'm a brawler. I think you've been
Maybe you
hit in
could
the
do
head too many
both.
times as it is.
Maybe you could do both.
Yeah, we'll see. At that moment, the Gluck comes over and he goes, "Well, you got hands, girl.
Yeah.
10 silver pieces as promised. And tell you what, you come back and fight Sunday, I'll make it 10 gold."
Are we gonna be around that long? She looks at the other two.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think the caravans hang out that way. I promised I'd come back at some point anyway, so
All right, you come back here, I'll line up a match for you.
perfect.
Hey, maybe you should fight Dania.
I don't think so.
Well, I
I'm
had to
smart.
try.
One day maybe, but I'll work up to it. Do you think she's willing to give pointers?
I doubt it. That
Okay.
girl trains in the mountains on her own.
Oh. Training in the mountains. Got it. Brielle is committing this to memory for her training montage.
I guess that would make it the Rocky Mountains.
It would.
Yep,
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm proud of it. I don't care what you do.
No, you
Look
should.
at me
You
all you want.
should be proud of it. But I am going to look at you like that.
All right. Well, you have yourselves a good night. And he heads back to the bar and continues his conversation with the bartender.
Wren, you should totally do this next time.
I don't think that I have the power in my arms to do what you just did.
I don't know. I've seen you fight.
I suppose, but normally I have my daggers and some sort of weapon. I've never just fought fist to fist.
Well, if you ever want to, we can train in the mountains.
Ren's multi-classing now.
It's a monk.
Once again, sandbox game. You want to go train in the mountains? You're welcome to.
We just leave everything.
Yeah. Fuck this caravan. Let's go train in the mountains.
Right in the mountains. You know
They
what it's
come back
like.
married.
Yeah,
That's
close,
this unit.
close proximity there alone. It's got to happen.
This universe's version of doing karate in the garage.
Oh man.
100%.
So, significant number of things have happened. Is Sylra still occupied upstairs? And it's not leading you by any means. You tell me.
How much time has gone by?
Well,
We saw a
let's see.
couple of fights.
A couple of fights, a number of conversations, some negotiating, helping out a guy who's knocked unconscious. I mean,
So a while.
probably half an hour at least.
Maybe she would just be coming down. Maybe. Yeah, because she knows that they're down there. So
Yeah.
Does she do like a walk of shame sort of look as she walks down, or
That's what I'm wondering.
does she have her head held up high?
Neither of those. She's just gonna walk down normally and play it off like nothing happened.
Even though
Yes,
Rowan will
like
give
it.
us the tea later.
You
Yeah,
guys
so
are
you guys,
never
like,
gonna believe.
reconvene at the bar, and you see Sylra suddenly appear at the top of the stairs and come back down.
Sylra, you missed my fight.
You fought? Why'd you
Yeah.
fight? What?
There's a big ring there where
Oh
people
well,
fight.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, of course you did. Why would I ask that?
I know.
That
I
is amazing.
100%
I
was not
can't
nervous at
believe
all.
I missed that.
What were you doing?
Yeah,
I was
Sora, what were you doing?
talking.
Does Rowan actually say that?
Roll a deception check.
Yeah, does Rowan actually say that?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was in character.
She's good at deception. Let's see. Don't roll a 1. Don't roll.
But Rowan's really good at insight, except he already knows what he was
He already knows, yeah.
That's
So,
true.
so if you guys are doubting her outright, you can, but I assume that's more of a passive insight.
I already told Wren via the telepathic link
But
that
she has game, yeah.
that she has
So
game.
Wren can
yeah.
definitely.
And hearing Rowan say that, I think Wren would be like something is
Yeah,
going
roll an
on.
insight check then.
Okay.
Brielle would have no idea.
That's fair.
I only have a +2 to this.
that's all you
Well,
need.
that's gonna do
That's all
it.
you need.
Yeah, yeah, you can see the deception all over her. Maybe a little bit of blush.
Oh. So, a very pleasant sort of visit then, Sylra.
It was. I'd like to come back after we're finished up north. You know,
Explore some more games then.
games.
Wren is going to very much not even try to hide it, that she kind of like looks at Rowan with an eyebrow raised. Like they have some sort of inside joke.
Well, you know, brows. She sort of shrugs.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm
It
glad
actually
that-
doesn't. Can you explain it to me?
Let's say I got friendly.
Oh, okay. Like best friends now, or
No way.
okay, that's
I think-
nice.
I think this
Yeah,
friendship
we're
has some
friends.
added benefits to it.
You get discounts staying here.
She might.
I mean,
did
it's not an
ask.
inn,
Probably.
But she could probably stay if she wanted to.
Dear mom and dad, I slept with.
Oh no.
Oh, my Lanta.
I'm sorry, my girl's so dumb.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
Well, I am glad that you didn't have anything to be too concerned about then, it seems.
Yeah. Funny thing is, we were both expecting the other would kill each other. A little bit.
Man.
You know.
Is that common among Drow, or is that just something that in general you're concerned about?
At that moment, she realizes she hasn't really told them much about her backstory. She's just like, well, with the family that I have and a similar family that he has, yeah, that it makes sense. That would be common.
Well, I'm glad that you've never tried to kill me. I
She
haven't.
looks away.
Maybe she has. She just doesn't notice.
You haven't noticed the poison in your food yet. It's fine.
Yeah. I haven't met very many Drow. Actually, I think that you may be the only one.
Yeah, there's not many of us. That's why this was either going to go bad or it was going to go decently.
Were you wanting to spend the night here? I'm sure we could find an inn somewhere, or maybe the caravan has some sort of setup, but I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to continue to get acquainted.
We've got more important things to do right now.
All right, well, does anybody want a drink?
Definitely.
My girl. I'm gonna have one for victory.
Yeah, Wren will get them a round of drinks. She'll pay for it.
You actually get interrupted in that process as a couple of gentlemen like quickly like dash up to the bar and lean over it, and they're both just like, we would like to buy a round of drinks for all of you because that was the sweetest punch I have ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, that was awesome, and I come here all
Thanks.
the time.
Thanks.
So where do you normally fight?
At home with my dad.
This is her first official fight.
It's crazy. They're like holding on to each other and shaking each other. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Beginner's
You
luck.
knocked out Qatar with one freaking, well, I mean, it was 3 punches, but like, it was so fast. That guy fights all the time. They're on my tab. I got it covered.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah, only for tonight. If you fight again, maybe another time.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the name?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, Brielle.
Brielle. I'm Wilbur. And
Wilbur?
Anytime you hear, ask if Wilbur's around. Maybe I will be, maybe I won't be, but I would love to see you fight again.
Okay. Well, if you're here a lot, then I'm sure I'll run into you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here all the time. I mean,
Oh, then I'll run into you.
Awesome. You all have a good night, and they head back to a table, and you can see it's a big table, and there's a lot of guys around it. Most of them wearing jewelry of some kind, which generally means like these guys got money.
These guys just come here to bet when they're bored.
Probably.
Yeah, In fact, with your experience with this type of crowd, this guy probably just made a ton of money on that bet.
That was so nice of them. Silver, drink as much as you want.
Well, on that note, why don't we take a little break? So yeah, we're going to need a few minutes. Get your refreshments, do what you got to do. We'll be back in a few minutes with the rest of this episode. Welcome back, friends. Yeah, so in the first part of our episode tonight, Sylra had a chance encounter with another Drow who happens to be a wealthy business owner in Hardova. You know, who knows what happened after the spider left. And Brielle got her. Brielle and Wren got a new friend, the fight that she's been hoping for a long time, and then Brielle herself took part in a cage match. So it's been an exciting day. You guys have all decided to have some drinks on Wilbur. So what happens next?
I'll look to the group and ask what they want to drink, and then I'll probably run over to the bar to order it. Or get back all excitedly.
Yeah, I think Wren just goes, I'll have a red wine. Thank you.
I was actually going to ask for the same thing.
Red wine actually sounds really nice.
Got it. I can get that. And she'll run and be like, can I have 4 red wines? Or more? Maybe more? 4. We'll start with 4.
She gives you 4 glasses and a bottle.
Thanks. Wait, should we get... Actually, my friend's paying for it. Can I get a second bottle so I don't have to get up?
She laughs and like opens a second bottle, and she's like, go ahead and make use of that tab. He made a lot of money off of you.
Oh, really? Do you know how much he
Yes.
made?
Well, I'm not sure what odds they put on you, but I saw him put 10 platinum on the table.
Whoa. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. I'll turn back. Guys, I made that guy 10 platinum.
10 platinum is what he bet.
Oh, yeah.
That Brielle doesn't get it. She's never
That's
bet.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Wow. That's like
I mean-
almost all the money I have.
Especially for your first fight. That was very impressive.
Thanks. Oh, I got us 2 bottles of wine because I didn't want to get up again. So you guys can share this one, and Sylra and I will share this one.
How, have you had red wine before, Brielle?
Nope.
Alrighty then.
It's the same as, I just figure it's like honey wine, right? Because like it was wine. This one's just red.
There's some similarities.
Should I be worried?
It's usually not as sweet.
Okay.
Yeah. Wren will pour some for Rhowan and herself. And hand him a glass. To Brielle. She's gonna kind of like clink the glasses to the center.
Brielle will fill Sylra's, but it's like full. Like she doesn't understand how wine works. So she just filled the cup. So they both have like a huge cup.
A tankard of wine, please.
Thanks, guys. And to Sylra making a best friend.
Yes,
So
the best friend.
As you sip the wine, the flavor is familiar to you.
Me?
Sylra.
Oh.
One from upstairs.
Yeah.
Cheryl needed to catch up there.
I don't know if you actually drank any of the wine, but you certainly
Oh,
tasted
she
it.
probably did.
Now she's starting on a bottle.
Her cheeks will go purple a little bit there.
I thought you're supposed to drink a lot of these before that happens. Your face is, or is just red wine like really strong?
It shouldn't be as strong as that honey wine, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's for another reason.
Oh, are you getting sick?
No, I'm fine. It's just
Okay.
been a long day.
It has been.
It really has been. There's been a lot that has happened today.
It's been a busy day.
Yeah.
So as you're sitting around and enjoying each other's company, kind of musing on the very busy day that has passed, suddenly, and I mean suddenly, a guy just seems to like materialize out of shadow right next to Sylra. He leans forward and places a tray of cheese and meat on the table and very quietly says, Gerard had to leave, but he wanted to gift you this. And then very quickly just straightens up and like weaves himself through the crowd and seemingly into nothingness again.
Bye.
Wren is just like so confused.
I am not used to getting snuck up on.
Right?
What is your passive?
21.
Yeah, you beat it.
Well,
Well, anyone want some cheese?
Oh, that'd be great. I'll just like digging in.
It is also worth noting that you did not see him come down the stairs or leave.
She's gonna think about that. She won't say anything.
well, you certainly got the attention of the right person, it seems, Sylra. And she's gonna reach across and take some cheese. And is it pretty good?
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, with your upbringing, you know this is definitely like something really aged and carefully made. It's expensive stuff. It'd be expensive at home. Here, who knows?
Yeah, importing. So he just wanted to see you because you were
A drow.
his kind?
Yeah. Yeah, there's not many of us up top.
Interesting.
And when there are, it's just like you don't know if you can trust them or not. So I think he was a little bit worried I was sent by his mother. She'll sort of let that part slip.
His mother?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's similar, like matriarchy type stuff. I don't know. It's very different down there than up here, so I don't know how normal families work. But drow families are intense.
Do you know if they work anything like elvish families? Sorry, I mean elves that live above the surface. I know that didn't sit well with you the last time I said that.
Well, like I would assume it'd be sort of similar, but different. But sort of similar.
Hmm.
I guess.
Wren just kind of sits with that for a little bit. She's definitely curious.
Sylra's just gonna take like a really long drink of wine.
Should we be betting on these fights? Do you think we would make any money that way tonight?
I mean, that would be a good idea.
I don't know.
Right?
I'm not fighting in them, so
It's
Girl's
not
like
a
a little,
guaranteed
like,
win.
cocky now.
Her next fight will be interesting.
Does anyone look like a good fighter that's like coming up? Or are they done for the night?
Make me an insight or a perception, whatever you think would be your way of trying to gauge a fighter.
Probably insight. If it will let me pick it. There we go. 8.
They all look like strong dudes to you. Just,
Got it.
yeah. Well, he looks strong. Well, he also looks strong.
Like, he's tall, so he's got the height advantage, but that guy's like wider, so like he would be harder to push down. But like, I don't know. You could just bet on all of them.
We could each place a bet. I mean, that wouldn't give us a... Wren's trying to work that out in her head. That's like...
I think we would end up losing money if we did that.
Mhm.
Unless they're giving weird odds.
You could just pick someone based on the color of their pants if you want. Like, I don't know. That guy's got cool hair.
I think Wren is going to like take a look. She's definitely looking at the person that Brielle pointed out with the cool hair, and then like looks to the other people who seem to be getting ready for a fight tonight. And I think what Wren is looking for is someone who perhaps seems like maybe an underdog, like they're just like raring to go the way that Brielle was earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, as this fight ends in a less than staggering victory, you can see that there are two guys standing off to the sides of the gates of the ring. The one closest to you is known as Grug Bonecrusher Tharn. He is a half-orc, very tall, very powerful looking, arms like tree trunks, and he's just punching his fists together and glaring down the ring at the other guy. The other guy, a half-elf, very much more of a slender, lightweight build. In fact, if this were our world, putting these two fighters together would be illegal because of weight classes. But he goes by Finian Quick Hands Reed. He's wiry and quick and agile, and he is, in fact, the underdog for this fight. He's moved up to a higher tier fighter, and as a result, they are offering 20-1 odds on him.
He's got something to prove. I think Wren goes with that guy.
I'm looking to see if Wilbur's betting on anyone, and I will pick whoever Wilbur bets on.
They have like they're not like betting with the officials. They're betting at their table. So it's less obvious what's happening. You do see that he puts 4 platinum coins on the table, and give me a perception check.
I'm good at those, though.
You want to
Not good
overhear
at those.
something.
8. Oh, it didn't roll. Why does it keep rolling and then not rolling?
I don't know.
Welcome in, yes, 6
Oh,
damn.
kobolds.
Oh shit! Welcome in. Hey guys.
Hello.
Our party is just betting on tavern brawls at the moment.
Classic D&D activities.
Yes.
Hey, I keep telling you guys, it's a sandbox. You do what you want.
Hey, we got to make some cash somehow.
Yeah, man. So, Brielle with a 21 perception check, for sure. You can hear him lean over to his friend, the same one who came to the bar with him, and goes, "I saw Quick Hands take down a guy twice his size."
That's her guy.
Quick hands.
Anyone else making bets? No? All right. How much are you guys betting?
You said that he put 4 platinum down?
Yes.
I'm gonna go... Sure. This might be a loss, but I also don't really care. I'm gonna go 14 gold.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 5 gold.
All right.
I have a business to save up for.
Well, let's see here. How am I going to do this best? As the previous fighters are cleared away, the doors open up. The two step up into the ring. You can see that Finian Quick Hands Reed very quickly tosses his robe aside, and as he does, you can see that though he's very thin, slender, he's got a lot of wiry muscle around his torso and arms, and he just starts bouncing up and down on the balls of his feet as he watches his opponent. Grug takes his sort of a wrap thing off, chucks it aside, very slowly lumbers around, steps forward. You can hear the weight of his footfalls as he steps forward. Finian goes up to the center, sticks his hand out, and it's a very long time before Grug actually meets his fist. You hear the ding.
Oh boy.
Well,
That looked like that went well for them.
very quickly, Finian starts pummeling him with single knuckle blows. He hits him maybe 6 or 7 times around the abdomen. Grung swings with a big wide arm. He ducks aside, moves around to the side of him, hits him about 12 more times. And you can see that despite how much he's moving, he's not really working up much of a sweat. Grung, on the other hand, just starts swinging wildly, and you can see as he does, he's moving a lot of muscle, and each swing seems to be getting slower and slower.
Come on. Ren's like going like this.
Finian moves around to the left side of him finally, and Grung brings his big foot up and slams it down. But by the time it hits the ground, Finian's ducked under his legs, come up the other side, and hit him 6 more times. You can see now that each hit seems to be having this cumulative effect on him. In fact, to the careful observer, probably Rhowan notices more than anyone. Suddenly it looks like there's a lot of blood pressure building up around his abdomen. You can see veins bulging as he continues to struggle against his own body weight. The two continue to trade blows back and forth a little bit, Finian mostly dodging, while Grug does finally connect with a big blow. He moves one way and then very quickly brings his knee up. Finian takes the blow, moves back a few feet, and then it's his fist of the North Star.
Yes.
The two come together in the center of the ring. They're trading blows. Grug gets his hands on Finian, and he's sort of got him in this clinch where he can't move his arms so readily. You can see him kicking wildly against Grug's legs, but the blows don't seem to be having the same effect the previous ones did.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. I understand the order of things that you're doing, that's not good.
Finian's kicking wildly, kicking at elbows, kicking at knees, and Grug just lifts him up into the air and throws him across the arena. However, Finian
Come back.
lands completely sideways, his feet against the side of the arena, leaps off of it, comes down with one big elbow, and immediately you see, as he collides with him, bruising form all the way around Grug's torso. And he just kind of shivers and falls to the ground. Immediately, people explode with cheering. Finian just kind of goes, "Ah, I could have gone 12 more rounds."
Brielle's like going crazy cheering.
Yeah, Wren has been like slowly like standing up out of her seat throughout this whole thing, and then once it's like done, I think she accidentally spills some of her drink, which is not like her. We won.
That was unreal.
That was so good. And then she realizes she's like emoting too hard, and she's just kind of like
Rein it in. Where? Oh, that guy was even faster than I thought. Maybe I should learn from him.
You can see as he's stepping down off the arena, there's two people with him. A young, very much looks like the other two that you saw earlier. Like there's a younger guy who looks a lot like him, probably a younger brother or something. And there's also a much older man who carries himself with sort of the same sort of temperament and control. And as he's stepping out, Finian's like, "Where's Dania? Bring her back. I want to fight her." And before he can even get the word like fight her out of his mouth, the older man just clamps onto his mouth and he goes, "You keep your mouth shut."
Well, I mean, Dania's gone anyway. So there's like, you said there's like a place where everyone was placing their bets, and
Yeah. So like hand waving the whole like betting process because that's boring. You made 20-1 on your bet, so you put in what you put in. So you take that out, multiply it by 20. That's what you got back.
Got it.
Ooh.
Ren is rich.
Wren is being the opposite of Cam right now and making sure that she doesn't let everybody know that.
What did you put in? 12?
14.
14? Oh, damn, that is a nice haul. Yeah. But maybe this is something Wren might notice. They don't even bat an eye at that amount. They hand it out, no issue. So you can only imagine the kind of coin that's going through this place.
Yeah. Would they give it to her in gold, or would they like...
You're welcome to take it in gold. They also have gems. They've got platinum.
Okay.
They're not picky.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need anything specific that's like not immediately what they have there, then they might need to go to the vault.
Fancy.
Ren is rich. Wait, you made more than me. You're rich.
We should be quiet about that, but then she hears in her head, and I have to roll for this now. And she now hears in her head, we should probably keep that quiet, but yes, I am very rich.
That's amazing. What are you gonna do with it? Sorry, what are you gonna do with it? She whispers.
I think I'm going to invest that in my future a little bit.
Like what? More pillows or?
Oh, well, of course more pillows, but I was thinking maybe like a more space, you know?
Oh.
It's very
For the
cramped.
pillows. That makes sense.
Yeah. I can have more rooms with more pillows.
And then you can have us all over. We can stay there.
Yes, you could, couldn't you?
We could. Then we wouldn't have to pay to stay over at like the Deer and Damsel.
I mean, I already have plenty of space.
Besides, Drindle usually does cover that for us, which is...
Yeah, I know, but I feel bad.
Well, you think I'm rich. He's even more so.
I guess you're right. If he's paying us to do this stuff, that would make sense.
I'm
The
trying
Deer and
to...
Damsel's not as cozy as your place.
I'll tell you what, I will make sure that there is a room for you to stay in that is more cozy than the Deer and Damsel.
Okay, that'd be awesome. And Sylra and Rhowan too, right?
If they wish.
Okay.
She's seeming like,
I'm
oh
inviting
God,
myself over to your
my
house.
space is no longer gonna be mine. Maybe I'll stay in my apartment for a bit longer.
Don't worry about it. I've got plenty of room. It's not too far away.
You should see Rowan's house. He does have a sizable property. He has a beautiful garden as well.
Oh. Do you think he'll take me there and we can look at the stars and he can teach me magic? Like, do you think like that's the place that the magic is like the strongest for him?
He does spend a lot of time in his garden.
Well, that would make sense if that were the case, yeah.
I'll have to ask him about it. Oh, I should also thank Wilbur for like helping me win. So she'll like quickly run off. Thanks Wilbur for like the insider information for the bet that he has no idea that she took, and then like leave again.
He's just like, what? I mean, yeah, by all means, I guess I gotta be more quiet.
Yeah, so we head back then to the others and enjoy, I guess, her bottle of wine. I don't think
I can get us more.
I mean, I think I'm fine, but I know that Sylra does like her wine, so maybe she would want more.
Yeah, this is kind of gross compared to the other stuff. Like on a scale of like the honey wine to whatever those rock genasi were drinking, I'd say it's like just underneath what the rock genasi were drinking, because that stuff was like poison. But like the honey wine is better. So I don't know why you guys like this stuff.
Well, I don't seem to like it as much as Sylra, but it's
Just keep sliding it in.
She thinks it's amusing that you have this idea of her. It's like an acquired taste. You know how you like certain foods over others. It's I suppose red wine is just like a comfort of home for me. Maybe one of the few things I enjoyed from there.
That's cool. Sure you don't want more? I'm not going to drink my portion.
No, I think she's gonna like... I imagine that Rhowan didn't like go through the wine too
No,
quickly.
I think he's probably still working on his first glass.
Yeah, I think Rhowan and I are good with just one bottle.
Okay. Sorry, Sylra.
She actually looked baffled.
Yes, she did. She's like off in her own little world, not really following your guys' conversation.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy your wine and your evening of festivities. Where do you head when you're done here?
Did we know of any place to stay?
Did we know what the caravan was doing afterward?
most of the people in the caravan sleep in their wagons. All their valuables are there. Some people, it's literally all they have.
And is that like in the market? Like,
Yeah, the
not-
town square. They're all kind of in a what do you call it? Like a not exactly a wagon circle, like being in the city, but like they're all kind of together communally. They kind of help each other out. People cook things for each other, and do what they can to survive this sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like moving from place to place lifestyle. Nomadic. Yeah.
Rowan, do you know somewhere here that we could stay?
Do I know somewhere here that we could stay?
Have you stayed in the city before?
I mean, I usually just like, kind of an outside boy, right? And I don't actually sleep, so
Nice field.
probably not.
Yeah, there's a nice field behind you.
Because, well, I don't usually need a bed, so no.
It's a really nice patch of grass nearby.
There's a tree on 4th and Main, real level branch.
Does the caravan expect us to stay with them because we're kind of their protection, or you think they'll be okay if we sleep somewhere
I mean,
else?
sorry, are you asking me or are you asking?
That was Brielle, but if you want to answer, that'd be great.
No.
It might be a good idea if at least one of us stayed with our wagon and our horses and things, which I can do that. You want beds and stuff?
It would be nice. I'm sure we could ask somebody here if there's an inn that we could stay in. There's got to be one close by. It's just good business to have somewhere to sleep if you have a decent tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, Wren's gonna head over to the bar then. She'll kind of excuse herself and try to get the attention of the person there and ask if there's excuse me.
Yes.
Is there an inn nearby that my friends and I can stay at?
Oh, well, there's several, depending on what you're looking for. If you're just looking for an hour or two, the Port Hall Python is not too far away.
We're going to need the whole night.
Well, then the Plush Pillow.
Whereabouts is that?
If you just head down this street 2 blocks, it's on your right. And they normally have vacancies because they're not the cheapest, but it's quite nice.
Thank you. And she's going to pull out. Would she know how much like a fine bottle of wine generally goes for?
It's yeah. I mean, typically you're looking at like 5 gold for a decent bottle, and then you could go up infinitely for something truly special.
All right, she's gonna put 10 gold down and say, for the young fighter, and she's gonna point over at what was his name, Finian?
Finian?
Yeah.
Oh, you won some coin, did you?
Yes, I did, and that was thanks to him, and just, I guess whatever he likes to drink.
I'll see to it. I know his favorite. In fact, we've had a few bottles together.
She gives her like a knowing smile, and then she's like, well, have a good night then.
You as well. You can see that she digs out same bottle that you guys were drinking. It's a nice bottle that is not exactly cheap. And, yeah, you head back.
Looks like we're heading to, it was the Plush Pillow, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're heading to the Plush Pillow. It's not too far from here. Sylra, are you gonna need a room as well?
No. I might as well just stay with the wagons also. Maybe catch the stars a little bit.
Okay. Just assume that Wren follows.
Fair enough. Well, you guys finish up. Sylra and Rhowan head back towards your wagon, and Brielle and Wren head to the. Wait, did I say that right?
Yep.
I feel like I jumbled things, but it's okay. You guys head to the Plush Pillow. Sylra and Rhowan. It's because Rhowan and Wren roll off the tongue in the same way.
We colluded on that specifically.
Yeah, no, it was just to trip me up. You're always conspiring against me. It's fine. You guys head back to the wagon, and much as I described, there's sort of like a big communal kind of thing going on. There's several decently sized fires where people are roasting meats and veg. You've got a couple people playing instruments, not loudly, but like, just kind of soothing nighttime, relaxing evening music. There's a lot of people who are hanging wet clothes on lines and that sort of thing. And you notice that in the empty spot next to where your wagon was, there is now a pretty sizable wagon, like a lot bigger than yours, with very, very like nice looking like red and black silk fabrics hanging from it. You can see there's like a window sort of like counter kind of thing, like as if it's a shop. And with a rolled cage in front of it, you can see inside like the glint of light hitting like gems and gold, that sort of thing. You can imagine that this is some sort of traveling merchant of fine wares. As you approach your wagon kind of thing, like you get up in between the two, and you see a young, attractive woman, kind of startled by your sudden appearance. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's all right.
Didn't think anyone was coming back to this wagon. I thought I had a little bit of privacy. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna get in the wagon. You can do whatever you're doing. You all right?
I'm not doing anything untoward. That's
fine. That's fine. What's the vibes here? What I walk in on?
She is at sort of like the driver's side, if you will, of like her wagon. It's more of a covered piece. She's kind of got the door swung open, and you can see that she's like putting something on over her like undergarments. So you probably you caught her at the tail end of changing her outer clothing for the evening. Let me see. I think I have an image of this character. I've made so many at this point. I've got a problem.
Gonna take that program away from you.
You're gonna have to, honestly. So like an attractive young half-elven woman,
I'd just like to point out that this is the one that Shanks has decided to describe as attractive specifically before I show it. Just so you guys know.
I mean, everyone's been attractive, pretty much. To be fair, when I sent Dania, I was like, yeah, she's hot. So
He also likes Jorp's
He did
mom.
say that.
He also
Oh,
likes
what?
Jorp's mom.
Oh yeah, I talked about her like a week before I showed her. So so she just kind of like gathers herself up and like quickly like cinches up her corset, and she says, "I'm so sorry. I was changing. I thought I had a moment's peace."
No, that's sorry for disturbing you. We gotta change our clothes somewhere.
I should have just gotten into the wagon, but I already locked up for the night. And
They're cramped in there. You can't really stand up. Well, you might be able to in that one.
Mine's pretty sizable. Yes, I spend most of my life in it. So, I thought, why not splurge?
You might as well. We buy this one yesterday? Day before?
Oh, well, it's got its charm.
It was cheap.
That's fair. Do you have wares that you sell?
Oh no, we're just going up to Vors Delta. Thought it'd be a better idea to do that with a caravan than just one wagon.
Well,
Are
that's
you
cute.
with this? Are you with this group or?
Yes, just joined up. I was supposed to join them in kind, but business was so good, I decided to, spend a little bit longer and tried to catch up. I heard there was trouble on the bridge. The road was closed for a time, and
Yeah, trouble on the bridge was nasty.
oh, you were part of it.
Yeah, we were there for that. It's, you heard of a patron?
Oh,
Big bird with antlers.
yeah, I think I've seen one in a children's book many years
Yeah,
ago.
there were like, what, 6 of them?
6? Wow.
This is gnarly.
And everyone made it okay?
The caravan lost at least one.
That's too bad. These are good people.
So, I'm looking for my notes on the name of that guy. I didn't write it down.
Which guy?
The guy whose funeral we arranged.
Drew.
Drew.
That's Drew, yeah.
If you know Drew, he sadly didn't make it.
Drew. Drinking fellow. Deirdre's husband.
Yes, Deirdre runs the dress clothing wagon.
Yes. Oh. That poor woman. Although, honestly, maybe she'll do better without him.
Well,
But that was cruel of me. I'm so sorry I said that.
I won't tell her.
She's just a smart woman. I always respected her, and her husband was a little bit of a... He liked to make trouble, I guess, but he was a good man.
You're looking up and down at the wagon. Just like silk outside, you said?
Yeah, like red and black silk and something caught your eye?
Oh, just some silkworms work very hard for that. It's impressive.
I've never once had that thought.
That
But I
happens a
suppose you're
lot
right.
with them.
Does I'm sorry. I'm so. This is Sylra here.
Oh, Sylra. She extends a hand, very ladylike.
And I'm Rhowan. I didn't introduce myself either.
Rhowan, I'm Nadia.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You as well. So you both helped defend against these Perytons?
Well, I mean, I attempted.
I mean, that's fair. Who among us regularly wants to go up against monsters?
Guess that's been kind of our thing recently.
Yeah. Like
So,
I feel like probably should have done better then, but win some, you lose some.
They can fly. We
that
can't,
does make it difficult, I imagine.
Yes.
especially on the edge of a bridge.
Yeah.
Can't really
They
chase
definitely
them.
had the upper hand.
We got a few of them though.
Well, that's admirable. I'm sure that the people you saved are grateful. If you don't mind, I think I'll ride near you guys if just in case we
Absolutely.
run into danger.
By all means.
It does seem that whenever bandits attack, my wagon is focal point.
I do understand why.
Yeah.
Obviously, but when you sell the kinds of things I sell, it pays to buy into the image a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was very nice meeting both of you, and I'm going to see if I can scare up some food before I die of embarrassment.
Well, I'm sure we will see you in the caravan.
Hopefully you won't see too much of me next time. Good night.
I mean, or hopefully more. I don't know.
I mean, if you play your cards right, remember. And the green boy did handle that with a lot of aplomb, so you know. And green and red are complementary colors.
That's true.
So, what do you two do after your little encounter?
Well, my plan was to get back in the wagon and meditate for 4 hours and then find somewhere dark and stare up at the sky and then be back here by the time everyone else wakes up in the morning.
So Sylra will do the opposite of that. She'll look for stars first and then...
All right.
I mean,
that
we can do
sounds
it in
good.
whichever, or if you want to look for stars later, that's fine.
Oh, it's fine. She
Um,
would be sort of wandering a little bit more while looking up.
Okay, so Rhowan is meditating first and then stargazing and opposite. Okay, cool. I'll cut over to Wren and Brielle. You arrive at the Plush Pillow and you're able to secure yourselves rooms for the night. You could get a double for both of you for 3 gold, or 2 singles for 4.
One bit.
John, let's go.
Sorry, we only have a single bed. No, a double's fine. I think it's starting to set in for Wren now that she's like sharing a space with Brielle without any buffer of Rhowan or Sylra to take the attention off of it.
Oh no.
She's pretty quick up to the room and starts like kind of setting out her stuff to go to sleep for the night.
Brielle's just like sat on the bed watching her put all her stuff out the way. She's like thrown her stuff just in the corner of the room.
It takes Wren like
no
3
rhyme or
times
reason.
as long.
Yeah, she's just sitting cross-legged on the bed watching Wren. Hope like, is she gonna talk to me? Are we talking? Are we not talking? No? Okay. And then she'll just go to bed.
I think as they're getting into bed and Wren's realizing, okay, I can't just like ignore her all the time.
Guilt trip.
She's like, she can feel just the palpable silence in the room. Normally that's something that she welcomes, but with Brielle it kind of feels odd. And she goes, you know, as difficult as this trip has been, it's also been kind of fun. Don't you think?
Oh, I think it's been amazing. Like, there's been some really crappy stuff to happen, but like, I don't know, I'm having fun with you guys.
You really surprised me. You seem so... And she like kind of shifts up in the bed so that she's like propped up on one arm. And she could probably only see you a little bit because she can't see in the dark. So it's like whatever light is coming in through the window. She kind of tilts her head. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but you seemed very not prepared for somebody your age.
Prepared for what?
To be honest, almost everything that we've come across, you've handled it all. You just seemed like no one's ever really told you about I guess, how the world works.
I mean, I don't really need to know how it works. I just need to know, like, my business and my parents' business, and I can swing an axe because I chop firewood.
What amazes me the most, though, is that in some ways, I feel like I've learned a lot from you, despite all of the ways in which my parents have prepared me.
What are your parents like?
Oh boy. You like can see that her shoulders slump a little bit. Well, for one, they're not my real parents. For one.
Okay.
I think that I'm originally from Adigran. I have very early memories from an orphanage there, but I quickly got scooped up out of there. So I don't know my real parents, but the ones that raised me were very strict.
Mine too.
Failing was not an option. And I guess this whole love thing that I've heard you say about your parents, the way that they love you, I don't think that I've experienced anything like that, really.
You haven't experienced love?
I don't think so.
Brielle, like, is like, she was probably like lying on her back, like when she was stargazing, but she'll like prop herself up a bit too. She's like, what do you mean you have, like, okay, so like, hear me out.
She kind of leans in a little bit.
So you kind of use a lot of terms I don't know when it seems to come to love. But like, I'd like to think I understand love. And I know it sounds weird because I don't even know, I had to be told what a date was. But like, I think love comes in like 3 forms. And we've seen love so many times since we've been out that like, I think it's weird that you say you don't know love.
I would have to agree with you. Like, I'm not saying I don't understand love. I don't think I've ever received or given it, though.
That's not true. Your friends love you.
She kind of like, you mean Sylra and Rhowan?
Yeah, I see the way they care about you. I mean, I care about you.
But you would say that you love me?
We're dating, so.
I'm sorry.
Based on the definition she was given, we are dating.
Wren just kind of smiles. She goes, I suppose I've just never been past the initial infatuation stage, you know, where you're just getting to know someone and it's exciting. There seems, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to me that there is a type of love that can be had by some people where it doesn't matter when things are bad or the relationship has gone on for a long time. They still seem to care in a different, less exciting way.
Oh yeah, I can tell. So like one time, well, not one time, it happens a lot, but like I can tell my dad loves my mom because she'll get really angry when he walks in the house with his shoes on and makes a mess. And she's like yelling at him and like pointing her finger in his face and stuff. But like, it's so weird. He always laughs, which like makes her even more pissed off. But like, he just looks at her with the biggest, dopiest grin because he always says that like when she gets angry, she gets this wrinkle right here. and he thinks it's the cutest thing that he's ever seen. And so, like, things like that, I think, are love. And you can have bad times, but I don't know. Maybe it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, maybe love just looks different for other people. She kind of looks like she's about to say something else, and then, like, I'll have to think on that. But don't worry about me. You looked sad when I said that, and I don't want you to be sad.
Oh, I'm not worried about you. I think you're kind of got everything together. So I look to you. Don't worry about me though. I'll make it work.
Let's not worry about each other. I think tonight proved that you can really handle yourself out here.
Thanks.
I think Wren just like snuggles into bed. She's very much like, she goes like this and she stays in put the whole night. She's not a roller. She doesn't snore. It's very
Is she
controlled. Yeah.
All right.
You're cool, Wren. She'll like barely say anything. I think we're friends. She'll like turn over, face the wall, and like sleep.
Well, we go back to Sylra. You're enjoying your walk through the heavily wagoned area. It's in sort of the wide town square, but the wagons take up a very good portion of this area, and so you're kind of like against walls as well and that sort of thing. You're kind of walking, stargazing. You're trying to move away from the light pollution to try to get a clear view of the sky. As you move across this narrow passage at the back of the wagons, you're walking with your left side to the wall, and very suddenly, two blades stick into the wall in front and behind you. As you turn to look for the source of it, you see the point of a blade. It's not thrust at you, but you can feel the coiled intent. And as a tall, slender figure steps into the dim moonlight, you see your cousin, Talrin.
Tavern. Fancy seeing you here.
Fancy indeed. You know how long it took me to track you down?
Not very long.
Not very long at all.
Do you think maybe I was doing that on purpose?
No, I don't. I think you could go to the ends of the universe and I would find you within a week.
What do you want?
You know, the funny thing is, even after getting here and looking you in the eye, I don't know. I guess I wanted to warn you. Though that doesn't feel like me. There's been talks in the family.
Yeah. Talks. That happens a lot.
Well, despite your little temper tantrum and your storming out, Nerissa still expected you to return with your tail between your legs and admit your wrongdoing, take up your role and your mantle, and do the family proud.
And she's still upset that I haven't.
Yes, increasingly so. And when you are the Shadow Blade of House Vinar, you catch wind of jobs that might be coming down the pipeline. Your name has been mentioned several times.
I assumed that. You know, when you're an heiress, you can't really get away from it.
Exactly. So return.
No. Why? To be a pawn? You know they had me on a leash. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't choose anything. I walk freely up here.
For how long? Your days are numbered up here. You could return as a pawn, gain influence, and live the good life like your mother does.
Yeah, I'd still be a pawn, though. I'll never have freedom. I'll never have my own power. I'll always be hers.
That's not untrue. But you'll never be as much a pawn as me, and yet I enjoy my life.
You get to go out and do things. I get
I get to
to
go
sit
out and do as I'm told. I get to go out and slay who I'm told to slay.
and see things, and, you know, you're not stuck in meetings and conspiracies and having to do all that junk. You know it's not me. I want to learn magic. I want to be powerful in my own ways.
Even if it gets you killed.
I'd rather be killed than to be a prisoner.
Hmm.
And I know it'll probably be you or be one of the other cousins. And I'm sorry for that.
It will most likely be me. And I will regret it for maybe 8, 9 minutes. And then I'll move on.
Yeah,
But I did always like you, Sylra.
I know. You're one of my favorites.
At least you're not boring. He sheathes his sword and pulls his daggers out of the wall.
Yeah. Not like my sister.
Yeah, well, she's maybe gotten a little bit more interesting since you've left. Filling your shoes seems to be overwhelming her.
Of course
Entertaining.
it is. I would like to see that, but I'm not gonna go down there.
Well, I will thoroughly enjoy when they put her name on my list. Much more than I'll enjoy it when yours and your friends' names are put on mine.
Now you keep my friends out of this. They don't know anything. They
You
didn't
know
do
I
it.
don't have any say in it.
But you can always say that you did. You don't have to.
How does your mother know about your friends?
Probably you told them.
No, she's been scrying on you very regularly.
Oh. So, I hope she doesn't see what I just... She sort of mentions nothing, but says a little bit of something.
And I suspect when she gives me your name, she will be watching.
Hmm.
And unlike you, I quite like living.
Well, I wouldn't want you to die, but I'm not going to.
Well, you do have another option. You could
Oh?
suddenly become strong enough to defeat me.
Well, you know that's the plan. What else would I do? I'm not up here playing around.
I think you're still 200-300 years short of me.
Yeah, but you don't know what I have on my side.
That is true. I've heard rumors, but even I don't hear some things.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't like to know him.
That's probably true. I don't like anyone, except maybe you. It'll be a shame when I have to kill you. Have a good night. He simply turns his back to you and walks casually away. And he's no more than 5 steps from you before he seems completely consumed by shadow.
Sylra is going to sort of like fall on her knees, shaking a little bit, and be like, I wasn't expecting that so soon. Ugh, what am I gonna do?
Do you head back to the wagon?
She contemplates going back to the wagon and then contemplates going back to where they were earlier, but decides to go back to the wagon and just sort of.
Just out of my own personal curiosity, by where they were earlier, do you mean the tavern?
Yes.
Interesting.
She might make it maybe like halfway back to the tavern and then turn around and go back to the wagon and just sit outside the wagon.
Yeah, you do that, and after a few hours, Rhowan's trance is completed.
Step out of the way. Like, oh, hey, you could have come in. That would have been
Ah.
fine.
It was fine out here.
What?
You finished chancing?
Oh, yeah, all done.
Okay. I'll get to it then. So then we can leave when I get here.
Does Sylra seem at all off?
Totally.
All right. You okay?
Yeah. Just some person gave me some trouble tonight, but that's
What?
fine.
I would like to make an insight check on that.
Yeah, we can roll deception against it, Cheryl. Oof.
I mean, my plus is bigger than, almost bigger than.
Did you say almost bigger?
Oh my goodness.
She barely pulls it off.
All right, well, if you say so.
Okay. Well, Sylra goes to trance. Rhowan begins stargazing. Wren and Brielle are sound asleep in bed together.
Cuddled
which
up
I'm
on
sure-
Pig Spoon.
Red wakes up like, oh god.
Wren's dreaming of feeling warmer and safer than she's ever felt.
Yeah, oh no. That's the worst part about it.
But I think we'll call it a night there. We'll start fresh with the new day next week.